This is a video chart presentation of EGPI Fire Creek. EGPI trades on the Bulletin Board Exchange on the ticker EFIR. We've stayed away from these low dollar penny plays a little bit lately. This one came up in a volume scan with a big spike yesterday. We know instantly that this long upper shadow right there where the stock couldn't hold its highs of the day is going to take some of the volume based indicators and turn them down. But this stock's in a pretty decent channel here for the last month or so. And for that reason, it's going to go on watch to see if it's going to hold this support level and try and break through some resistance levels, which I'll identify in a moment. See, when it's basically flatlined, MACD still has a little bit of an uptrend to it. Nothing too spectacular, but overall, I had to zoom this into a 3-month chart to get any reading on these figures right through here, just so you're aware. But overall, we're still seeing some higher lows being made in the long-term picture of things. PPO trending a little bit behind the MACD, just now making its bullish cross. See the histogram bars popping through zero. ADX is in a pretty nice position to try and put together a trend one way or the other. Right now down in a trading pattern. This is a bullish indication with this positive DI breaking through the ADX, but clearly the ADX is still flatlined and perhaps even trending down still slightly. What that tells you is there's no real strength to a trend at this point. What you look for in the future is the ADX start curling up, make a break through 20, and certainly a break through 30 to show some real strength to a trend. At that point, you want to see this positive DI up moving along with it. It's an indication that the trend is in a bullish direction. This is a very nice look to the money flow. Continuously making higher lows. All three still tucked together, breaking through 50. Something that you always look for. Now, even on any sort of pullbacks, hold that 50 mark and stay in bull chart territory. As I mentioned at the beginning, that's what long upper shadows do. They almost always make the accumulation distribution and Chaikin money flow, which Chaikin money flow is based on the accumulation distribution. They make it turn down. It happens basically every single time you see a long upper shadow. So you're not going to get a lot from that in the short term. And in the longer term, Chaikin money flow is a little bit more smooth. Not happy that it broke through that trend line it was establishing, but all you can look for now is some sort of rotation again and try and make a higher high. Selling pressure is still in control at this point. Followers of the CCI will use that as a buy point. Break of 100 is trading outside of its normal mean. It would remain a hold until it breaks back down through 100. And you can see the full stow is kind of in a box recently too. Makes sense. Price per share has been in the channel. No real strong momentum one way or the other has been established. And the tricks, of course, that's a slow mover, but it is a pretty good sign that it's trying to find a base level and looks like a bullish cross could be coming. Down at -4, that's a pretty low reading. Also momentum based, you can see the RSIs. This is tracking the 7. It has made slightly higher lows. You can see the longer terms 14 and 21, riding right along with the channel mentality. As always, we're going to look for that break of 50 to show some true momentum coming into the play. As I mentioned, start this out, this big volume spike, 2.6 million shares traded yesterday. That's what caught my eye. So the first thing I do is come in and establish where I want to see a support level, and that's at 2 cents. Now you can see this closed at 3, but in the penny stock world, a lot of times finding a real close support level is difficult to grab. Anybody that runs in this world knows it's a higher risk, higher reward, because just as fast as gains can come, losses can come as well. So I'd really have my eye on 2 cents to hold as a support level. Resistance is going to come in here in several places. There's certainly some right there at 3 cents where it's against. I look for it to start picking up right around 4. That's the upper side of the channel I want to see a breakthrough. It tried to yesterday and couldn't hold. So in a perfect world, what I'd see today is volumes keep coming into it heavily and see it try and take another run at it and close above that 4 cent mark this time. You kind of get the feel through it here with volume. Slowly been increasing over this last month while it's in this channel. So now you just have to look for a blowout. Either take out the top or take out the bottom, one way or the other. But look for something to try and happen in the somewhat near future. Resistance is going to pick up again at 5 cents. Pretty much where it smacked its head on yesterday. You can see back through here is a very strong channel again, support and resistance level. But what makes this chart somewhat enticing is the fact that resistance doesn't pick back up again until up around a dime. This is where you talk about the high risk, high reward. Has to hold that downside, but if it can make a break, push through 4 cents, push through a nickel, it doesn't really meet strong resistance again until up near a dime. And then beyond that, a little bit right in through there, but more up around a quarter. Obviously a pretty volatile stock, trades with some pretty big swings. Not to be forgotten, that was just back here in July, it was up at a quarter, and now it's slipped all the way down to 2 and 3 cents. But an interesting true penny play. The concept of volume being a prelude to a stronger move. It's classic TA, classic stock trading. And for that reason, we'll throw it on the watch list and see how it performs. As always, this is merely my interpretation of the EFIR chart. Thank you for watching and trade smart.